Can you really lower your risk of a heart attack just by choosing the right kind of ice cream? It might sound far-fetched, but new research suggests that removing artificial colors from foods, especially dairy products like ice cream, could help reduce chronic inflammation. And inflammation is one of the hidden drivers behind heart attacks in people over 50. So why would something as seemingly harmless as artificial coloring affect heart health? Why are some of the biggest ice cream companies in America suddenly announcing they're phasing them out? And most importantly, can this actually protect your heart? In this video, we'll uncover the truth behind those vibrant colors in your favorite frozen treat. We'll explain how a tiny food additive can trigger major biological effects in the aging body. And we'll walk through the real changes happening in the US food industry right now. We'll also break down the medical research, explain the science of food-induced inflammation, and share practical, easy strategies for lowering your heart attack risk starting right in your own refrigerator. Artificial food coloring refers to synthetic compounds used to make products look more visually appealing. They offer no nutritional value, don't improve taste, and play no essential role in food preservation. Yet they're widely used in ice cream, flavored milk, breakfast cereals, gummy candies, and sports drinks. Common examples like Red 40, Yellow 5, and Blue 1 are often derived from petroleum-based chemicals that are refined and chemically treated to create stable, long-lasting color pigments. Although the FDA has approved their use within limited doses, growing research suggests these additives may have negative health effects when consumed regularly, especially in older adults with weaker immune systems and more fragile blood vessels. Some studies have found that artificial colors can trigger systemic inflammation, increase oxidative stress in cells, and weaken the protective lining of blood vessels. Over time, these responses can contribute to plaque formation, artery narrowing, and restricted blood flow to the heart. In Europe, many countries have banned these dyes outright or require warning labels on products that contain them. In the US, regulations remain looser, often relying on company policies rather than government mandates. That's why the recent decision by major American ice cream brands to phase out artificial food dyes by 2027 marks an important step forward, not just for the industry, but for public health. Understanding what artificial food colors are and how they function in our food is the first step in making smarter choices, especially for those over 50 who are looking to protect their heart health. When we talk about what causes heart attacks, most people immediately think of high cholesterol, high blood pressure, or a sedentary lifestyle. Few would guess that something as seemingly minor as artificial food coloring could also contribute to the biological chain reaction that leads to cardiovascular damage. But that's exactly what a growing body of research, both epidemiological and experimental, is starting to show. Artificial colors don't directly trigger a heart attack, but they create a harmful biological environment in the body, especially with long-term exposure. One of the most dangerous mechanisms is their ability to promote chronic inflammation, a key driver in the development of atherosclerotic plaques inside the arteries.
When compounds like Red 40 or Yellow 5 enter the body, they can disrupt the integrity of the vascular endothelium, the protective lining of your blood vessels. They increase the permeability of the vessel wall and overstimulate the immune system. This ongoing inflammatory response damages the endothelial layer, making it easier for cholesterol to stick and build up over time. In addition, many food dyes contribute to oxidative stress, a state where free radicals overwhelm the body's natural antioxidant defenses. Oxidative stress weakens heart cells, impairs their ability to contract, and disrupts normal heart rhythm. In younger individuals, the body may neutralize much of this damage, but after age 50, when liver, kidney, and immune function begin to decline, the ability to detoxify and repair damaged tissue becomes less effective. One study published in the Journal of Inflammation Research found that long-term consumption of artificial food dyes increased the expression of pro-inflammatory cytokines while decreasing nitric oxide, a molecule vital for relaxing and widening blood vessels. Without this flexibility, arteries become stiffer, increasing the risk of high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, and coronary blockages. Even more concerning, some dyes are suspected of interfering with mitochondrial function, the energy center of every cell. Damaged mitochondria leave heart muscle cells underpowered, raising the risk of arrhythmias, heart failure, and cardiac events during stress. So while artificial colors may not be the sole cause, they clearly represent a dangerous piece of the puzzle when it comes to heart disease. Understanding how these additives affect the body helps us stop overlooking the small details in our everyday food, especially when we're in a high-risk age group. As we age, the body undergoes many physiological changes, and these changes make people over 50 especially vulnerable to the effects of artificial additives, including food dyes. At this stage of life, the immune system doesn't function as efficiently. Liver and kidney performance decline. The body becomes slower at detoxifying harmful substances and weaker at managing inflammation compared to younger individuals. When someone in midlife or older consumes foods containing artificial dyes, even in small amounts on a daily basis, these compounds can accumulate over time and increase chronic inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is a major contributor to plaque buildup in the arteries, which narrows blood vessels and places more pressure on the heart. And with age-related loss of artery elasticity, even a mild inflammatory response can trigger clotting, block blood flow, and lead to a heart attack. Another concern is that many older adults are taking medications for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes. When food additives like synthetic dyes are added to the diet, they may interfere with how medications work or reduce their effectiveness. This can quietly increase the risk of cardiovascular complications, often without the patient realizing it. There's also a psychological risk. Artificial colors are designed to make food look fresher, brighter, and more appealing. For older adults, this can be misleading. A vibrant appearance may be mistaken for higher quality or freshness, leading to increased consumption. But behind that bright color could be hidden risks: vascular inflammation, irregular heartbeat, and even silent heart attacks. Understanding these risks is essential for making informed choices, because what may seem like a small detail in your diet can have a major impact on your heart health after 50. When more than 40 ice cream companies across the U.S. announced plans to eliminate artificial food coloring from their products by 2027, it wasn't just a marketing move or a branding upgrade. It was a clear signal that the food industry is finally starting to listen to the warnings from medical professionals and to the growing demands of older consumers. This initiative is part of the broader Make America Healthy Again campaign, coordinated by the USDA, HHS, and FDA. And it's no coincidence that public health agencies have made artificial food dyes a top priority. Among all additives used in the food supply, artificial colors are one of the easiest to remove, and their impact on human biology, particularly chronic inflammation, is far from insignificant. Eliminating synthetic dyes could meaningfully reduce the burden of chronic inflammation across the population, especially in adults over 50. This age group tends to consume more dairy products like ice cream, yogurt, and cheese, often to support calcium intake and compensate for reduced chewing ability. Replacing artificial dyes with natural plant-based extracts such as gardenia blue or butterfly pea flower has been shown to reduce oxidative stress and inflammatory responses in the body. But beyond the immediate health benefits, this move may spark a ripple effect across the food industry. Other sectors may be encouraged to re-examine their use of chemical additives as well. And that's a win, not just for children, who often receive the most policy protection, but for older adults too, who need a strong cardiovascular system to maintain quality of life in the later stages of life. This is more than a shift in ingredients, it's a shift in mindset, and it could help shape a healthier future for millions of Americans. Many people believe that only fried or greasy foods are harmful to the heart, but there's a more subtle danger hiding in plain sight. In foods that look colorful, come with low-fat or heart-healthy labels, but quietly contain artificial food coloring. These hidden additives can damage blood vessels over time. In fact, many everyday foods commonly eaten by older adults contain synthetic dyes. Think of fruit-flavored ice creams, drinkable yogurts, colorful cookies, breakfast cereals, liquid vitamins, and sports drinks. They're made to look visually appealing, but often include dyes like red 40, yellow 6, or blue 1, which have been flagged for triggering inflammation, especially in aging bodies with already compromised metabolism. Take that bright pink, low-fat strawberry yogurt. It may look healthy, but the color itself can trigger oxidative stress in your blood vessel lining. Or that glowing electric blue energy drink. It might give you a short burst of alertness, but over time, it may also raise inflammatory cytokines in your bloodstream. If you're over 50 and already dealing with risk factors like high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, or a history of heart disease, these small things can be the tipping point that leads to a major event, like a heart attack. What's even more concerning is that many older adults don't read food labels carefully, or they assume that if something is sold in stores, it must be completely safe. But the truth is, artificial food dyes are not banned. They're only limited by dosage. If you're eating multiple dyed products each day, the total amount can easily surpass the recommended limit without you even realizing it.
This widespread misunderstanding of what looks healthy is silently damaging the hearts of millions, meal by meal, day by day. After age 50, every food choice matters. That's because your cardiovascular system becomes less resilient to inflammation and oxidative stress. Avoiding artificial food dyes is one important step to lighten your metabolic load and protect your heart. But how do you know which products are safe? The first step is to read the nutrition label carefully. Look for ingredients like red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 1, green 3, or anything labeled with F, D, and C followed by a color and number. If you see these, it's a good idea to think twice before adding them to your diet. Choose products labeled no artificial colors or colored with fruit and vegetable juice. When buying ice cream or yogurt, go for options with no added color or ones that use natural pigments from beets, turmeric, spinach, or blueberries. If something looks unusually bright or perfectly uniform in color, there's a good chance it contains synthetic dyes. And if you're craving something sweet, choose real dairy ice cream made with less sugar and a short, simple ingredient list you can actually understand. Also, limit brightly colored drinks, even if they're labeled as vitamin water, sports drinks, or diet sodas. Stick to water, unsweetened green tea, or fresh pressed fruit juice as safer choices. For breakfast cereals, pick whole grain options that are free of artificial colors and aren't coated in shiny, sugary layers. Finally, listen to your taste buds. If a product feels oddly addictive, it may be engineered with a mix of sugar, flavor chemicals, and colorants designed to hijack your brain's reward system. Gradually removing these foods can not only improve your heart health, but help restore your natural sense of taste. Choosing the right foods doesn't have to be complicated. It just takes awareness and a long-term commitment. Your heart will thank you for every small, smart change you make. We've all been trained to choose food with our eyes. A bright pick scoop of ice cream or a pale blue-tinted milk drink may seem fresh and appetizing. But often, that visual appeal is a carefully crafted illusion created by the food industry. Behind those attractive colors are synthetic compounds that can trigger inflammation, oxidative stress, and long-term damage to your blood vessels. For adults over 50, this is no small issue. Even small amounts of artificial dyes consumed daily can contribute to a biological chain reaction that leads to blocked arteries, irregular heartbeats, or silent heart attacks. The danger isn't immediate. It builds slowly and quietly over years. The movement to remove artificial colors from ice cream and dairy products is a step in the right direction, but it's only part of the solution. Your heart health doesn't depend on one brand or one product. It depends on the hundreds of small choices you make every single day. Choosing real food, reading labels, avoiding artificial colors and chemical additives, these are simple, powerful ways to protect your heart. Remember, beautiful color doesn't mean safety, and sometimes the ingredient you think is harmless may be silently pushing your heart toward its breaking point. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe to keep receiving trustworthy medical information designed to protect your heart, especially if you're over 50.
And please share this video with a loved one, a friend, or anyone who may be quietly facing heart risks. One small shift in awareness today could save a life tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of this journey with us. Stay strong, stay informed, and take care of your heart.